For section 3, we are going to use the analytical balance in order to obtain a mass with the most significant figures. So we are going to weigh an empty 100 milliliter beaker. We want to make sure all of the doors are closed on our analytical balance because even air currents can adjust our mass. Make sure that our reading says that it's 0 grams. We open the door, we place our beaker on the balance in order to get our mass. The mass with our empty 100 milliliter beaker. We're going to obtain our DI water in a 100 milliliter beaker, about 50 milliliters. To properly pipette, we want to start by cleaning our pipette. So we squeeze the bulb, draw a little bit of liquid that you're going to be pipetting. In this case, it's deionized water. Clean all of the surfaces of your pipette. Because this is water, I'm going to put it down the sink, but if it was other, you would want to put it into the proper waste container. You're going to do that 3 times to make sure your pipette is clean. Squeeze the bulb before you put it on top of the pipette. Draw the liquid up into the pipette. The slower you release the bulb, the further you can get the liquid up into the pipette. If you are not able to get it all the way to the line on the first squeeze, you can squeeze it again, put it over the top, and slowly release it. But you want to put your finger on top of the pipette to make sure that you hold that liquid in the pipette. There is a etched glass line or line on the pipette, and if you slowly rotate the pipette, your fingerprints will allow you to control the level of liquid that is in the pipette. If you drop it too far, you can always suck a little more liquid into the pipette. You want to bring the meniscus down just till it touches the top of the line. Wipe any droplets off of the pipette using Chem wipes. And then allow the liquid to be released into the beaker that we have weighed and we know the mass of. We allow it to freely drain, and you never blow out the last little drop. You want to touch it to the side of the beaker to make sure that as much has been removed as possible, but there's always a tiny amount that's left in the tip, and the pipette accounts for that amount. To be as accurate as possible, you want to use the same balance that you used in your initial reading. Make sure that it says 0 on the balance. Place our water on in order to get the mass. The mass of our pipetted 10 milliliter water. Please record this value, and using this you can find the mass of just water without the beaker.